Okay.
Hello, namaste, and welcome. Thank you for coming to Satsang. And it's good to see you here, Anjal. Just from around the corner, huh?
Yeah, other side of the world, yeah.
The other side of the world, yeah. So it's good to see you visiting this time. So we have a newcomer today. And your name again was?
Dan,
Dan. Okay, thank you. It's good to see you here.
good to see you. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Well, you're quite welcome. I'm glad you showed up, so that's good. I hope you've come with a lot of questions. Because it's pretty informal here. Like I said, I don't come out with a big speech planned or anything, so if there are no questions, then we just sit here quiet. My foot under there because I'm getting a cramp in my foot. So, does anybody have any questions or topics today? Yes, Chris.
I would like to be really clear on the difference between surrender and passivity.
Between surrender and passivity? Okay, surrender is when you put in place something that maybe it's not your big desire to do, so you surrender to it. Like when you're giving practices, sometimes there may be some resistance that comes up along the way. Oh, no, not you, never. No, that's what I thought. Yeah. No, if one has resistance, then they surrender. They surrender to the practices. It's like going into a monastery or whatever, and you're given specific, you get up at this time, you do this, you do that, and you surrender to it willingly. Okay, so that's surrender. Passivity just means I'm just going to kind of sit around and, hope it happens, whatever. But no, surrender is more active. Okay.
I'm reading that book, not The Song of Mind, but the other one. I forget, Quest of Mind. The one I'm reading.
A faith in mind?
Faith in Mind.
Faith in mind.
Yeah, and for the sake of a topic, the only thing I remember from it, it said that he gives out instructions, and then he had a disciple, for example, that followed the instructions to the T, to the point where it was adversarial for his benefit, that he should have been flexible to adopt the instructions that were given to meet his needs in some way, because each person's different.
Well, yeah, each person is different, but basically on this path, everything that you're given will work with every person. Okay? This is not like a dogmatic type of a thing here. Everything that's given, yes, you have to prove it by your own experience. So this is why you're given what you're given and the way that it's given here, so that you can put it in your life and you can prove what's there and what's not. Just like with what we've been talking about of late on the site that's got everybody shook up, about relationships and all of this, and the integrity that one has to have in place, okay? And being willing to make commitments, to follow through with commitments, rather than to rationalize and dance around it, and make it sound really good, but we're together because we want to be together, not because we have to be together, we have to try harder, all of these rationalizations that come into place with people. But one has to have the integrity to stand and not just jump into bed with somebody, to find out what's there, so you can build a good foundation, so you know what's there. Because looks don't last forever and sex doesn't last forever, okay? And if this is what's driving most people when they first get into relationships, is the hormones are going and it's exciting and wow, and then they have all these hopes and dreams and, things that they're projecting. So this is why I say the path is first first pointings are honesty, integrity, and transparency. So you have to be honest with the person you're getting with and honest with yourself. Okay, so this is digging deep within yourself first. If you're looking for a relationship, which a lot of people are, just so they're not lonely. I don't want to be lonely. I want to have somebody here that I can rely on. Well, the other person cannot make you happy. You have to find that within yourself. Okay, so this is why I say, please, if you're going to have relationships, you're looking for somebody to get involved with, make sure you're going the same direction in life. Opposites attract, but they don't stay well together. What can be really exciting about them in the first place, after a few months and the honeymoon wears off, it's going to become irritating. That will be the thing that will be most irritating about them. If you're a neat freak and your partner is not, and they're really, relaxed, and at first you're thinking, oh, this is great, but after a while you get tired of picking up after them. You know what I mean? So you need to be kind of in the same direction. Oh, are we ringing a bell over here a little bit?
He's neat.
He's the neat one. There you go. There you go. There you go. So yeah, when the opposites attract thing, yeah, the opposites will attract, because this is what you think, oh, this is what I'm missing, and if I'm around it, then maybe it's going to balance me out somewhat. But the leopards don't easily change their spots, so So the only one that can change your action is yourself. The partner can't change it for you. And so we have to find these things within ourselves. We have to be willing to make the changes in our own lives. There's the other factor with people just casual dating, what's happened in, especially this society. It's really not beneficial, because they wind up just, oh, this is great, and I'm head over heels, and we're not hurting anyone, let's just jump into bed. Well, then a child comes out of it. Now what? Now you're stuck 18 years with trying to dance around this to take care of a child with somebody that you're not interested in being with. Okay? So another complication comes into view. Another complication of there's disease out there. Okay, you may think this is a great romp, and then you get the gift that keeps on giving, and it's not something you want to be having. It's not something, and some of them can be quite deadly. If you wind up with AIDS, this is not a joke. It's not you just go down and get a shot and it's over and done with. So people need to be a little bit more accountable for what they're doing in their lives. That's what it comes down to, bottom line. And don't look for, the answers to everything to be in somebody else. This is my savior. This is the one I can depend on. Have a codependency, my life is built around this person, they're my whole world. Well, then you're really doomed in that case if they're your whole world, because life changes. Eventually they will leave, one way or another. Whether you drive them away, whether they're feeling smothered and they run away, or whether they die, eventually you're going to have to face yourself. So better to face yourself now. And then when you get, you find out what's underneath, then you have something to bring to the relationship. You have something to give, rather than looking for what I can get from someone else, because this is what I need in my life and they're going to help me obtain it. No, you have to find it in yourself. Okay? And it's much easier to do the path, and everybody has to do the path by themselves, even in a relationship. Your partner cannot do the path for you, okay? You have to do the path yourself. And if you're putting the path first in your life and your partner's not on board with that, again come complications down the way. Because as you go through shifts along the path, the things that you were involved and engaged in before will no longer be relevant in your life. Then they'll wonder what's happening. You become more quiet. Well, you're pulling away from me. That'll be the attitude. You're pulling away from me. No, and that's not what it is. You just become more internalized